Today, I'm creating the strongest anime character that ever lived, in not just one universe, but in any anime universe ever. Forget about Gojo, Goku, Saitama, Anos, and whoever else you have in mind as the strongest anime character, because the character I am gonna create today does not even compare with them. I will go through each attribute an anime character can have, and carefully select only the best of the best in each category. And by the end of the video, well, you can guess the rest. Our character will have an unparalleled amount of strength. So, just like other similar videos we post on the channel, let's present some small ground rules before we begin. Normally, in previous videos like this we created, I was saying that we can only use a character just once. However, for this video, let's make this even more difficult. We can only use a character universe once, meaning that if I decide to use Luffy's intelligence for my character, then I will not be able to use any other character from One Piece for any other traits like speed, strength, or battle IQ. And with that out of the way, let's get to the exciting part of the video. Okay, hear me out. Normally, here I'd start with race. However, you'll see why I'm choosing to leave this all the way for the end this time. For now, you're just gonna have to trust me. The video this way becomes way more interesting. As we know in some anime, there are characters that show exceptional growth potential, and they are seen as constantly getting stronger throughout the course of their respective anime. However, almost all anime characters have a limit on how strong they can really get. Almost all characters. In some rare occasions, there are anime characters without limits to their powers, and as long as they keep training, they keep getting stronger and stronger. A prime example of that is Son Goku. Being a Saiyan, Goku was able to keep getting stronger and stronger with each passing fight. Even more than that, by surviving a near-death experience, Goku can grow exponentially more powerful to the point that this change equals or even surpasses years worth of training. The Saiyans call this ability Zenkai Boost. However, I'll be discarding Goku for now, as I've got other plans for the Dragon Ball universe. The second character we are considering is Saitama. You see, Saitama has been stated to have completely broken his limiter, which means that there is no longer an upper limit to the levels of strength he can use. As long as he keeps training and as long as he keeps trying, Saitama can keep getting stronger and stronger. Now, he's a serious candidate. But for the third and final candidate for this trait, I have Sung Jin-woo. Now this guy is confirmed to have bottomless potential. As a testament to this, when Norma Selner tried to increase his strength, which is something she could do on other awakened hunters, she took a glance on Sung Jin-woo's soul, and the only thing she saw was a bottomless darkness. She herself stated that Sung Jin-woo has no limits whatsoever, and to be honest, that's totally true. I mean, by the end of the series, Sung Jin-woo is basically a god, having achieved immortality, space travel, and all sorts of insane abilities as a result of this limitless potential he has. Among the two, Saitama and Sung Jin-woo, I'll be going for Sung Jin-woo, as Saitama and the One Punch Man universe for that matter have more abilities I can use later on in my character. Next, I'd like to speak about a trait that many of you might underestimate: summoning. Now hear me out. Even though in many occasions, summons in anime are used just as secondary help and are present only to assist, let me stop you right there, because the summon I will give to our character can even defeat over half of the anime universes on its own. Okay, so the first summoning we are considering is Maharaga from Jujutsu Kaisen. Now this Shikigami can adapt to anything and everything thrown at him, if enough time is given to him. Certain powerful individuals can defeat this summoning without too much trouble. Okay, in that case, let's discuss the summonings of the Naruto universe next then. The two prime candidates from this universe are Kurama, and of course, let's go a step further than the 9 tails. And you know, why not go for the 10 tails instead? Now, this beast is undoubtedly the strongest summoning in Naruto. It's literally the combination of all 9-tailed beasts into one, and this summon is so strong that the entire allied forces needed to attack together in order to stand a chance. But having said all these, my choice for our character summoning will be none other than a stand from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Now, which of the known stands is the strongest? Let's find out. The first stand we are considering is the world of Dio Brando. The world is an exceptionally powerful close-range stand. Despite requiring a close distance to inflict damage, its overwhelming physical might and near unstoppable control over time undeniably make it one of the most dangerous stands in the entire series. Also, the world is powerful enough to make its user capable of flight. Its most noteworthy power is its ability to stop time, allowing only itself, Dio, and anyone with the same power to act within the duration of stop time. A very similar case to that of the world is Star Platinum of Jotaro Kujo. Now, which of the two is more powerful? No need to think about it long enough, because the next stand I will analyze is arguably even more powerful than the ones already mentioned. This is none other than Giorno's Gold Experience Requiem, an autonomous close-range stand that boasts an incredible increase in both speed and destructive power compared to its original form. It also wields the arcane power to nullify the will and actions of any opponent, even the time-erasing power of King Crimson. As his attack power and abilities are incomparable to any previously known stand, it is stated to be, quote, the ultimate stand. Gold Experience Requiem's ultimate ability is to nullify the actions intelligence and willpower of anyone who opposes it, preventing their actions from becoming reality. Once the effect activates, there's no escape, and any action the opponent performs will be reverted regardless of the ability. Any opponent directly attacked and killed by Requiem has the very fact of their death nullified, causing them to continuously and indefinitely experience death in various scenarios. This is the case for Diavolo, whose causes of death include being stabbed, dissected, and run over. Our choice for summoning is Gold Experience Requiem. So far, we used solo leveling and Jojo's for our character, and by the end of the video, we will add another 18 abilities from all over anime. Let's keep going. For the next trait of our character, let's give him some weapons. Since Zoro is among my favorite characters in anime, I'll be giving him 3 different swords, one from each anime I choose. Let's begin from the first sword. Now for this point, I'll be straight to the point. The sword of Nunoboko from the Naruto series is quite literally, at least to the best of my anime knowledge, the most overpowered sword in all of anime. According to Obito Uchiha, this sword is a holy relic once used by the Sage of Six Paths to create the world, and in Obito's hands could just as easily destroy it. A sword that if the user can wield it on its own, destroy the whole world? Yeah, I'm definitely taking that for my character. Now for the second sword, I do have a few candidates. The first of which is Ryujinjaka of Yamamoto from Bleach. Now this sword is as broken as it gets. As the Zanpakuto spirit of the most powerful Shinigami in all of Soul Society, Ryujinjaka possesses an immeasurable strength. Jaka can manipulate and control the flames composing its forms. It can control its flames with great precision to attack only the targets it chooses to, and can form a barrier around a large enough area to prevent enemies from escaping. The flames themselves are near impossible to cut through or divert, and will quickly reform if damaged. And don't even get me started on this sword's Bankai version that could literally destroy the Soul Society from just being too close to it when released. Now, the second candidate for this position are the 2 swords from One Piece, Yoru and Enma. Among the 2 One Piece swords, I think Yoru is a bit stronger than Enma, but when comparing with Ryujinjaka, I think the Bleach sword takes this edge. However, in reality, I'd have to discard both Bleach and One Piece from these points. Why? Well, just trust me on this one. I will use these 2 universes in a bit to make our character as strong as it gets. So, what sword will I be taking here? Excalibur from the Fate series. Excalibur is often depicted as a weapon imbued with divine energy, symbolizing the rightful king's power and the promise of victory. When activated, Excalibur releases a powerful beam of concentrated energy or light. This beam can devastate large areas and is highly destructive, capable of destroying formidable opponents and threats. Having covered 2 swords of our character, let's now get to a third one as well. This will be a sword from Black Clover. Now, I'll be honest, I'm not quite sure which of the following 2 is the better choice. The first is Yami's sword that is shown to literally be able to cut through dimensions, a feat so powerful that when fighting against the top tier characters, this can make all the difference. Even nearly impenetrable defenses like Gojo's Infinity would be powerless against attacks that can cut through dimensions. The second sword I'm considering is Asta's anti-magic sword. Now, truth be told, given that we're creating a cross-anime character, I'm not so sure how this would apply. As in, does Asta's sword work on other power systems as well besides magic and mana, as seen in Black Clover, or not? Because if it does, this would be a game changer. So among the 2, I tend to lean a bit more towards Yami's, but let me know what you think in the comments down below. Should I have chosen Yami's sword or Asta's sword? 5 anime down, 15 more to go. Now, all I'll say is that even though our character can already solo most anime universes in existence, just give it some time. By the time I reach the 20th point, this character will not even compare with any character ever created in any anime out there. We gave 3 swords to our character. Now let's give him another additional weapon of another type. In my mind, there are 2 prime choices. The first is Kurapika's chains. Each of these 5 chains holds a different overpowered ability. Kurapika can heal himself, bind opponents and restrict their movements, scan the surroundings, the ability to use all 5 forms of Nen, and even the chain of judgment that allows Kurapika to set 2 conditions, and if the victim violates either one, the chain crushes their heart, killing them instantly. But having said that, I think when I mention the next weapon I have in mind, none of what I just mentioned will matter anymore. 2 words: Death Note. Do I need to say anything more? Just write the name of your opponent, and the rest is history. As easy as it gets. We now use the Death Note universe as well. Let's keep going. I know our character could probably already solo any anime in existence, but just hold on, because we're only getting started. Let's give our character the abnormal intelligence of an anime genius next. The 4 geniuses I have in mind are the following: Ayano Koji from Classroom of the Elite, Senku from Dr. Stone, Vegapunk from One Piece, and Yagami Light from Death Note. Yagami Light is out because we already used Death Note, Vegapunk's out because I want to use One Piece in a different way, leaving us with Ayano Koji and Senku. Between the 2, I lean more towards Senku, to be honest, and because of that, I'll be using him and Dr. Stone for our character's intelligence. Next trait in line, Battle IQ. Naturally, here we should go for a character with a vast amount of battle experience. The candidates I'm considering are Madara Uchiha from Naruto, Kokuto Kushibo from Demon Slayer, Sukuna from Jujutsu Kaisen, and Aizen from Bleach. Madara is discarded because we already used Naruto. Among the other three, I think we all know this should go to Aizen. He is thousands of years old. Everything that happened in Bleach for literal decades was part of his plan. In actual fighting, he's a menace, and all of that while still not having used his Bankai. Everything that happened, even this video right now, is part of Aizen's plan. Even you pressing that subscribe button right now is part of Aizen's plan. Oh, and since you already started clicking it, click on that like button as well since you enjoy our video. Okay, truth be told, the only thing Aizen could not predict was Ichigo's plot armor. But oh well, is what it is. And with that, we gave our character a trait from Bleach as well. But moving on, let's give our character the regenerative abilities of someone. Okay, here we got quite a few characters with insane regeneration feats. If we take One Piece for example, we have characters like Marco that have eaten the Tori Tori no Mi model Phoenix. Marco gained the ability to constantly regenerate any sustained injuries. But again, since we're using One Piece later on, and because there's many more characters with abilities like that, let's see what else we have. There are characters like Muzan from Demon Slayer that for anyone that saw or even read Demon Slayer, well, I think you know just how fast and advanced Muzan's healing is. And even crazier regeneration is shown by Gerard from Bleach, that not only does he regenerate his injuries, he also gets stronger than before on top of that after doing so. And with these out of the way, let's explain the ones with actually the most advanced regeneration. One of those characters is Cell from Dragon Ball, where if even one cell of his body remains, he will regenerate. Even crazier than that is Majin Buu's case, where if even one atom of him remains, he will regenerate. But since I'm gonna use Dragon Ball later on, let's see what other options we've got. One case is Andy from Undead Unluck, where Andy's ability is literally the fact that he can constantly regenerate, heal, and thus never die. His whole purpose is to find a way to die since his body cannot physically do that, for the time being that is. But the final character, and the one I'll be choosing, is Alucard from Hellsing, where if even a single drop of his blood remains, he is capable of regeneration. The Hellsing anime is now used as well. Moving on to the next trait, Strength. Here, yeah, we got quite a few candidates. All Might from My Hero Academia, Goku and Broly, among others from Dragon Ball, and Saitama are some of the anime characters that first come to mind when considering this trait. I think the actual candidates here are Saitama and the Dragon Ball characters. However, once again, I'm reserving those Dragon Ball characters for another trait. So for Saitama, how strong is he truly? You see, Saitama possesses seemingly limitless physical strength and is capable of effortlessly defeating powerful monsters and villains with a single casual punch. His punches are so powerful that many monsters simply explode when struck. When launched from Earth to the moon by Boros, he used his jumping power to return to Earth in mere moments, causing a huge shockwave and leaving a massive crater on the surface of the moon upon departure. A quote, normal punch from him was shown to be highly destructive, even to someone as durable as Boros. A serious punch from him was able to counter the latter's strongest attack, Collapsing Star Roaring Cannon, an attack capable of destroying the planet or its surface. Not only did Saitama completely negate Boros' final attack using his serious punch, but the shockwave from the punch was also powerful enough to part clouds on a global scale. His strength has been stated by numerous characters to defy reason. With only one hand, Saitama could lift the entire surface of Io, a moon of Jupiter, launching its wreckage into space. In his fight against Cosmic Fear Mode Garu, whose copying powers allowed him to wield Saitama's strength himself, a collision between two serious punches from them produced a serious punch that resulted in immensely powerful waves of energy able to destroy the Earth. After being diverted by Blast and his allies, the compressed energy from the collision further traveled into outer space before exploding and presumably destroying numerous star systems in the far distance, leaving a massive hole of starless darkness in the cosmos. In the climax of the fight against Garu and Io, Saitama was able to accidentally blow away half the gas of Jupiter, the largest planet in our solar system, with a serious sneeze. So yeah, with this one, One Punch Man is used now as well. 10 traits down, 10 more to go, and the next in line is Speed. Here, I will not mention a lot of details because in my mind, the answer is pretty straightforward. If in your mind you have Minato from Naruto, Sonic from One Punch Man, Ichigo from Bleach, and so on and so forth, I'm not blaming you, but hear me out on this one. Anti-Spiral from Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann is the only right answer here. Him and his creations can move at speed several times faster than light. Anti-Spiral Nia could teleport anywhere even before Simon realized she had switched places. The Ashtangas can instantly move to any and multiple locations in space-time and in a different dimension. He was teleporting in and outside Super Galaxy Gurren Lagann. His omnipresence inside his universe, his presence extended everywhere, has nigh omnipresence in other universes, can rip through space-time and dimensions. In other words, his speed is literally infinite. Now, let's discuss about our character's defense capabilities. Even though there are quite a few candidates we could go with, for this point, I'll be choosing Gojo's Infinity. How this works is that the closer someone gets to Gojo, the slower his movements become. As stated, this is something like the limit of a function, where the the more you approach the limit, aka Gojo in this case, the slower the rate in which you approach the limit, aka Gojo again. Yeah, I know, it sounds like confusing math stuff, but the essence is this. Unless someone can cut through dimensions, or has another special way to get past infinity, this defense is almost impenetrable. And with that, we now just use Jujutsu Kaisen as well. 12 traits down, 8 more to go. And the next in line is Consumables. This is basically something that our character can eat either during battle to help him, or even eat at some point in his life to become stronger. Well, the best options here are two: senzu beans from Dragon Ball or devil fruits from One Piece. Senzu beans basically are used in order to bring someone back to full health. Devil fruits, on the other hand, give the user that eats them a unique ability, depending on which devil fruit was consumed, of course. Since we already have an insane regeneration for our character, I think the best choice here is devil fruits. Since there's a confirmed character in One Piece that can eat 3 devil fruits, aka Blackbeard, let's give our character 3 devil fruits as well. Let's begin with devil fruit number 1. Now, even though there are many great choices, what I choose for the first devil fruit is Robin's Hana Hana no Mi that allows the user to sprout additional body parts in any given space, and this includes even on the opponent himself. Let me tell you, when combined with other offensive abilities, this skill becomes unfair to fight against. Now, let's see devil fruit number 2. Here, I'm choosing the Toshi Toshi no Mi that allows the user to turn anybody they touch into a baby or even an older version of themselves, rendering them unable to fight. Plus, this devil fruit even has the ability to change reality itself in certain occasions. When combined with the Hana Hana no Mi, this devil fruit combination becomes impossible to fight against. And now we have devil fruit number 3. Here, I'll be choosing the Nomi Nomi no Mi of Vegapunk that allows the user's brain to expand indefinitely with new knowledge, making the user a brains human. When combined with the intelligence of Senku we previously gave our character, our guy becomes by far the smartest character in all of fiction. And with these, we now just used One Piece as well. On to the last 4 points. The next in line is a companion and or animal for our character. Even though there are quite a few really good choices here, I think most of the anime universes with these good options are already used. I mean, I hate to break it to you, since, yeah, I know my audience quite well and the way they're thinking. No, we can't use Yoruichi here. We already used Bleach. So which one's our choice? Wild from 7 Deadly Sins. For anyone underestimating this animal, well, think again. Wild's ultimate technique is called Wild Full Throttle. By consuming a majority of his life force, Wild attains great power, even capable of momentarily pushing back the Demon King. And now, let's discuss one of the most interesting traits, eyes. The first option is to go for a Geass, with Lelouch's Geass being one of the best options. This Geass allows the user to command anyone to follow his orders as long as he has made eye contact. This proves to be extremely effective for strategic manipulation in battles and political scenarios. The second option is Kurapika's Eyes from Hunter x Hunter, where when the user's eyes turn scarlet, their powers and nen output increase dramatically. The third option is Divine Reflection from Record of Ragnarok. With this, the user can copy all the techniques and abilities of the gods that his eyes once lay, regardless of their speed and power. Before I proceed with the fourth and final option, just a small note. We did not mention the eyes of the Naruto universe since we already used a Naruto trait for our character. The same thing applies for other anime universes that we've either already used or will use later on. And now, the fourth option is the Magic Eye of Chaotic Destruction from the Misfit of Demon King Academy. These magic eyes possess the power to alter different laws and concepts that govern the universe. Back in the mythical age, the period before Anos' reincarnation, they served as Anos' original magic eyes. Through the use of these eyes alone, there's nothing that can't be destroyed. Our choice is the Magic Eye of Chaotic Destruction. And with this, we just use the Misfit of Demon King Academy as well. For the 19th trait, let's just give our character a special ability. Here, both options I have in mind are kinda similar. The first ability I have in mind is Future Sight. Here, there are quite a few different anime universes and characters we can think of. One Piece with Future Sight, Goku's Ultra Instinct, Sir Night-Eye from My Hero Academia. There's a lot of options for this. However, I will opt to use someone else with a bit of a different ability. Anya from Spy Family. Now, if someone ever told me that Anya would be part of a video creating the strongest anime character in anime's history, I'd probably have to laugh. However, in this case, it makes perfect sense. With this ability, our character can read the mind of his opponent and thus know what the next step will be. Spy Family is now used as well. And now for the moment you've all waited for, the final trait of our character, Race. Here you'll finally all understand why I kept hyping up this point and why I kept it all the way for the last. Plus, you'll now see the reason why Dragon Ball hadn't been used for our character yet, because our race will be from Dragon Ball. And if you thought I was gonna choose Saiyans, well, let me stop you right there. Now, hear this out. Let me explain a little bit what a Saiyan race is and why the next race in our list is even better. Saiyans naturally possess vast superhuman strength, far greater higher than that of Earthlings and other alien races and are veritable fighting machines. Through tough training, Saiyans are able to reach new levels of power, and the more intense training and fights they go through, the stronger they become. If a Saiyan survives a near-death experience through extreme injury to the body, then, when the body recuperates, the Saiyan grows much stronger than they were previously, their body adapting to compensate for the damage dealt, essentially evolving their power the more they fight. Which race can be better than that? Well, Beerus's unnamed race, for example, is surely superior when compared with the average Saiyan. The unnamed race of the god of destruction Beerus are a species of purple feline humanoids that inhabit the universes. In Battle of Gods, Oolong refers to Beerus as a catman, but even more powerful than both of them is, of course, Zeno's race, and that's exactly what we're gonna choose. This race is so overpowered that they can literally wipe out entire universes from existence with a simple snap of their fingers, and thus creating the strongest anime character? This is just the cherry on top. Click on this video next, where I make the strongest characters from each universe I created to fight against each other. Go on, check it out!